Hi, I'm Nikki from thecommunicationcoach.co.uk. Welcome to day 9 of my 10-day challenge. Nearly done. Really enjoyed the last 9 days. Thank you for your comments and your feedback and for tuning in for 5 minutes a day, sometimes 10, just to see what's going on. And we're going to continue with the theme of listening. And today we're going to talk about listening to ask a question. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but sometimes I have found that I'll be listening to somebody and a question will pop into my head. And as soon as the question has popped into my head, all I want to do is ask the question. And I start to tune out and zone out of what the other person is still talking about. And it suddenly is all about the question in my head. And then once I've asked the question and I've got the answer, then I'm totally switched out because it is, all about me. And once I've asked my question, that's it. I'm satisfied with the answer or not satisfied with the answer, and I'll walk away from that. I also would like to just talk a little bit about questions and challenge some of the ways that we ask questions on a regular basis. And I've talked about polite conversation before, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, and asking questions. And certainly when we are building relationships with people, that's tends to be what we do is we take our turn in the conversation and we'll ask a question which we believe shows that we're interested in the other person. Now I'm gonna suggest that perhaps there is another way to do that, and that is by reflective listening rather than listening to ask a question. And what I mean by that is we tend to focus on what we want to know rather than what is important for the other person. So let me give you a really simple example, and that is if you ask me where have I been on holiday. So I'm going to pretend I'm two people here. So I'm going to say, hello, how are you? And the answer I'm going to give myself back is, yeah, I'm fine, I've just come back from holiday. And then I'm going to ask a question. Now, what would a natural question be if you were having a conversation with somebody who said to you, I've just come back from holiday? It would probably be, oh, where did you go? How long did you go for? How was it? It'll be something along those lines. And so the answer we get then is back on the question. So, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. I've just come back from holiday. Oh, where did you go? I went to Japan. It was really lovely and I had a really good time, thanks. And that's the end of the conversation. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is reflecting back what you've heard. So all I'm going to do is reflect the last word in that sentence, which was holiday, and see if we get a different answer. Of course we will, because I'm doing this exercise, but you tend to keep the person on their own agenda if you reflect back the language. So, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. I've just come back from holiday. Oh, holiday. Yeah, I needed to get away. Work has been really getting on top of me. Needed some family time, so it was time to go away on holiday. Totally different answer, but the answer you've got is from my agenda rather than answering your question, and makes a real big difference to the conversation that you're having. So rather than taking somebody down a pathway, which we want to know all about, we keep them on the pathway that they want to talk about. And you can see this in a lot of conversations that are happening all around you. You can see them when we're building relationships with people and we ask a question because we try to show that we're interested, and we've been told that asking questions shows that we're interested. Yeah, it does, but actually it's about us and it's about what we want answered rather than what the other person wants to talk about. So I hope that's clear. It's just a kind of little snippet of how you can change the way that you listen and use different language, because words are very important as well. Words matter. And I know that there are some people out there that will give you figures around how much is body language, how much is words used, and how much is tone. And I personally feel that it's something that you take as a whole. So when you can see somebody, it's a lot easier to read them, to see whether they're congruent, whether their words match their emotion. When you can't see anybody, it's harder to do that, and you have to really tune in and listen to actually what they're saying, and are they displaying emotion within the sentences that they're saying. And then also the words, and words are powerful. You only have to see what's going on at the moment in the world to know that words are powerful. You think of a time that somebody says you're an idiot, even if they say it in a jokey way, oh, you're such an idiot. You know, they're still using a word which is quite demeaning, whether they say it with a cheerful voice, a happy voice, taking the mick voice, or in a stern way, you're an idiot. And that will cause an emotional response in your brain, depending on what your values and beliefs are around that single word idiot, like the word can't and can. And if I tell you to think about your left foot or not to think about your left foot, you're going to do the same reaction as you're going to think about your left foot, because I've planted it in your mind. Okay, so words are powerful. So we'll talk a little bit more about words over the next few days. In fact, we've only got one day left, and I really want to touch on emotional and logical conversation tomorrow. So we'll talk about emotional and logical conversation. I'm definitely going to do some podcasts. I'll tell you more about them, where they're going to be, how they're going to work. And please follow me. Please feel free to like and follow my Facebook page, which is at Nikki Comms Coach, NICKYCOMMS Coach, at Nikki Comms Coach at Twitter. And you might also find me at info, if you want to email me at info@thecommunicationcoach.co.uk. That's info@thecommunicationcoach.co.uk, and I will happily answer any questions for you or cover any subjects that you would like to be covered. Okay, that's great. We've covered quite a lot there in that last 5 minutes, so I'm thinking out loud here that I will cover them definitely in some more videos over the next few weeks. Okay, thanks for tuning in. It's been a great 9 days for me, and it is all about me, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Have a great evening.